made for the WIP Symposium and tells the history, but I'll let Bill tell it.
Furnace itself was started by Mr. Marshall in 1863. He finished it and did the first blast in 1864, and it blew out. That is, it got too hot, burned right through the rocks that he had put up, and he rebuilt it and tried again in 65. He was much more successful. He made the hearth considerably stronger and deeper so that it was able to withstand the temperatures involved in an iron blast furnace. He was able to blast create about 200 tons of iron, and the iron that he got, the iron ore that he got, they just picked off the ground. The whole area was covered with these little iron rocks of various sizes.
You'll see a lot of them.
We'll see a lot of them. Earlier, with that same ore, he took some of the ore down to the blast furnace that he and Langford had down in Denver on Laramie Street, and they cast this 2-inch diameter cannon that they wanted to use in order to keep the Confederate Army from coming up from the Potomac. That cannon was fired a couple times, usually every 4th of July, but never had any Confederate soldiers or anybody else for that matter. That cannon is still here. It is that's a picture of it. That took down Colorado Historical Society.
The Historical Society took pictures in the basement.
Was it a blast furnace on Laramie Street or just a foundry?
Foundry.
Foundry, yeah.
Marshall, in 1866, prepared a company prospectus about the iron-bearing layers and the Belmont furnace. And he owned all this property by that time, and all of this section's here. And this is down at Fall Creek, you know, the neighborhood. You can see the cross-section there at Profile Butte. And I never knew it was called Profile Butte until I did this research. And then I asked Bill, where's Profile Butte? He sent me a picture of it. We have it down here. And you can actually see it. I saw it coming up 93 this morning. You can see the profile. It's Abraham Lincoln, can't you tell?
Where's that view?
It's right down at Coal Creek.
Or 93 crosses Coal Creek. You know, just right this side of the cement factory.
As you drop down and then come back up the hill.
Just before you go up onto Rocky Flats.
Look over and there's a hog back that goes on. It's right there.
That outcrop. And over here is a picture of the outcrop. And just looking at it today, coming through quickly, it hasn't changed one bit since 1869 that painting was made. But this was made in 1866. Okay? You might want to write that in there. This is the first geological map and cross-section ever made someplace east. And I think that's kind of curious that it shows up in a company prospectus, not in the USGS reports, because they didn't make any maps at all. Description. They did find some fossil plants, which if we find some today, maybe Sue can show us where. But there were a number of species of fossil plants that LaCrue named for here, so they're the holotypes. But of course, all the names have been changed to protect the innocent. So this is a picture here of what it's supposed to have looked like if you were sitting up here on Profile Butte looking northwest. Here's Profile Butte. And you'll notice all these buildings. Well, if you look over at the painting, there's no buildings there. But I did notice coming up the road that, see there's a cabin right here. And if you look at the hillside there looks like a rock foundation that could have been a cabin. You know, could have been. I don't know. But you notice all the places it says iron. These were iron concretions that you're going to see by the gazillion laying on the surface that literally armored the land because they'd been weathered out for millions of years. And so here where we're standing, just imagine this whole area covered with iron concretions. And so we can see why they wanted to call this resource inexhaustible, but it wasn't. And scrap iron was a lot cheaper than harvesting all this iron. But from this furnace we're going to look at, they made 250 tons of iron out of 500 tons of these iron concretions. Now, anywhere they were kind of big, some of them, maybe went 100 pounds. But I want you to think of the work of harvesting all those concretions to dump into that furnace.
Where the furnace was, is there a sign of slag that was left over?
There is not.
And slag all was bulldozed, if that's the word, but
Yeah,
they didn't
but-
have bulldozers.
Beth, I've also seen
What?
a lot of slag along the old railroad.
Yeah, it's along the railroad.
Which was probably where it went. Again, Marshall and the Gwynn brothers built a ditch from South Boulder Creek, about a mile and a quarter that way, to the furnace, which was about 100 yards this way. After they were through with it, Mr. Davidson came in and dug the ditch another 15 miles, went this way, turned right around and went through that gap over there all the way to Lafayette for irrigation purposes.
Is that what it's called, the Davidson Ditch now? Or?
And we will cross it.
Yes.
On a plank. We will walk the plank.
Well, this is the location of where the furnace
Thank you.
was,
Thank
the
you.
whole thing. The casting surface itself was 4 feet under current grade. The ditch is up at the top there. You can see the roots and stuff. The water came there. The shaft of the furnace itself, we think, was located right in here. And there's a piece of pipe that just sticks itself up above the surface. Right there. So this shaft was 7 feet in diameter, and it went up 22 feet from the surface 4 feet lower. So it went up another 18 feet.
Going this way, yeah.
Okay. The whole surface was built of these blocks, these big blocks, and it went all the way around. The ditch came over to right here, and then there was this bridge that came across from the top layer where we were, across over to the top of the furnace itself. So they brought wagons and probably wheelbarrows full of charcoal and iron and limestone over and dumped it into the top of the furnace itself. Now the water went actually underneath the bridge and down on the other side and ran an overshot water wheel, probably maybe 12 feet in diameter, somewhere in there. It's hard to tell from that picture. The water wheel turned and powered bellows that blew the air through these pipes down into the hearth of the blast furnace, and so it was right here.
Does anybody have their map?
The charcoal came from trees 3 miles that way at the mouth of El Dorado Springs Canyon. Limestone was all over the place too, so they had everything they needed.
Why, Ricky, do we have this map and the smelt way up here? I mean, why didn't he put it down here by Coal
Well,
Creek?
he didn't put it down. He put it up here first because it was closer to water, And then this was printed and used 2 years later to raise money. Okay, so and in effect they're raising money, showing how much iron there is around, and its close proximity to the furnace itself.
It's amazing.
So any idea how many iron mills, foundries there were in Colorado in this era?
During this time, there was one.
Really?
The foundry down in Denver,
Okay.
and this one in 1880. Then Palmer built the Colorado Coal and Iron Company down in
There
Pueblo.
was one company owned in
Okay. But that was after this?
No, yeah, it was after this.
1880s.
About 1864.
Close to the same time, but again, a foundry, not necessarily
Yeah,
a
it was a
blast
foundry. It wasn't a
Got it.
blast
Okay.
furnace. So this is the only blast furnace in Colorado.
at that time.
Okay.
So where was the hearth relative where we stand?
4 feet,
Right here.
4 feet down and right here. Yeah. Yeah.
And that water wheel, that ran a bellows? Is that
Yes.
what it ran to blow?
To blow air, yeah, through that iron pipe. The iron pipe's just like it into the heart down at the bottom.
That was an air pipe. That was for the
It's
air.
an air pipe. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's there isn't any other reason why they have a pipe like that there. It would be interesting to take a piece of it and analyze its iron content to see how old it is.
So the 7 foot
7 foot in diameter.
is here?
Yeah, probably right there. This collapsed on down. So
Okay, so
they would
that's
have wanted
the
to have
south wall.
Yeah, it would have been
Okay.
as close to the south wall as they could get it. Further away, then the longer the bridge would have had to be. So they wanted it up against there as far as they could get it. This, like I said, this is all collapsed. So,
Yeah.
you know, my guess is you see that tree right there, that might be about the far side of the 7 foot. So 7 foot would come out roughly here, diameter right
Okay.
there, and then 18 feet higher, and it's 22 feet total.
It's amazing how little is left of something like this.
You know,
I'm amazed at anything, but-
150 years. You know, that's a long, long time. That picture you saw that was taken in 1831 for the Colorado Magazine, 1931, actually had a fella right next to part of it, the base of it. He had kind of his arms on it, and there was maybe that much left, and you could see that it was around.
I was admiring the hand chiseled marks on those boulders there where they were squared off.
Yeah, they were good at things like that. All right, I guess we're done here.
Head back to the carpool.
And they would just make what? So they're making pig iron.
They're making pig iron, that's right.
And that related to anything.
That's right. They take the pigs, and by the way, they in 1931, the guy that did the article there actually dug down and found 2 of what are called the sows, you know, and took them down to Colorado Historical Museum, and we had hoped to find one down there, but they got rid of them in 2002.
Didn't go in a dumpster.
Ivy cabin. And when he built the cabin, he dug up a bunch of stones that would be his walls, and one of them that has fallen out has a beautiful crocodile track on it. So that's where I'm going to take you. Okay?
We'll do that first. We're watching that weather real close.
Thank you, Deb. Oh, there it is, right there. There's the track, right there. See the towers?
Cool. Wow.
Well, I'm going to go that way.
Here, I'll take a video, Beth.
Okay.
Go.
This is the Flytiosuchus, the crocodile that lived at that time. So I think I've got a match here.
Way cool.
He slid. That's for sure.
Okay, I'm done.
Got it? Did you get it?
Thank you. Crazy around here.
So that's the that's a bottom, a cast of.
Yeah. It's been flipped over.
Yeah.
This is probably his other foot. Or his back foot right here. So we've got crocodiles here, we've got turtles. We've got another little creature called a Champsosaurus. And what's interesting to me, we've got dinosaurs too, but what's interesting to me is that the crocodile,
Well, I think this was originally
the turtle,
a deposit
and the
of
Champsosaurus all show up in a Paleocene site
But that is iron.
in North Dakota in the 10 million years later. So it's only the dinosaurs that suffer.
Okay, it's very stable. Pass that back. It is. No, seriously.
I mean, if somebody needs a hand. Bill wants to join me on this, tell you kind of what's going on here. You notice you're going up and down and up and down and up and down. And this is because the coal mining was very close to the surface. Probably close to the surface to 50 feet. I've seen some that say 100 feet, but this is very close to the surface. So the way they mined the coal was what's called a room and pillar way of mining. So what they do is, now all of this had mines underneath it. The mines were down there and they were mining this way. And so they mine out a room and they leave a pillar of coal still standing, and they move into the next room. And so this whole hill is just this undulation of collapsed rooms and the pillars that is supporting what's left of the surface.
So is that akin to what current areas will look like after fracking in some time?
Fracking is happening, you know, thousands and thousands of feet. Anyway, Beth has been working up the tracks, and I've been working on the environments of deposition. And here's what I think is going on here. I think that what we're standing on, you notice it's very thick, is a channel. And this was a small, relatively small channel. And I think this is original surface with the ripples over here. And notice where it's real thick, and then as you look along the wall there, it gets thinner and thinner and thinner. So I think that's where kind of the channel overflowed, and you get the thick sand here and the thinning of the channel on either side. Now we do have tracks here, but they're just...
Would that be lagoon or fresh or salt water?
I think they're fresh. Now we're calling these tracks. And they continue there. There's a couple of there. They're not gray. I mean, maybe this was something else. Maybe, I don't know. Where's the...
You're talking about these depressions?
These depressions are what we're calling, in another place, giant tortoise tracks. I'm not committed to it, but
Okay.
these aren't the best. We have some better that are just around the corner.
What's the metal debris?
Oh, this is interesting because you've got the ditch. You saw the ditch. Some of you were walking on it. You walked across it. The ditch runs down and over that way. And because of the collapses the ditch was running into the collapsed coal mines. So they formed these bridges of metal over the collapses to funnel the water.
Over the big cracks.
To funnel the water, and so they just threw the metal over there when they were finished with it. I don't know about you, but I can see that. It goes right in there. I'm waiting for all these people.
Gotcha. Right? So, is this like
shallow water and then he's trying to crawl out of a bank,
don't
or why
have
is
to-
there only one track?
No, there could be two things. This particular species was a long snouted, looks like a gabial,
Okay,
and he lived in the water, but the female came ashore.
okay,
And Erickson up in North Dakota showed a sketch of this guy with his feet on the bottom, snorkeling, with his nose at the top of the water,
okay,
and he was about 5 foot long.
okay.
Okay, so the water was maybe that. I mean, if you use that model,
Yeah.
then the water here was 5-ish feet-ish, about that depth.
Okay.
The other thing it could be would be a female coming ashore to lay her eggs, but it's very deep, and I wouldn't expect that for an onshore track. But we also have a turtle track here, and something over here going on. So this one we didn't know what it was until I woke up one night and found Martin's article on Dinosaur Track from down at Golden. And I took the measurements on it, and you can see from the measuring stick, it's about, this one's about 7, not even, I'll put the measuring stick right on it. It's about, from here to here, 6 centimeters, which does not make it turtle. Turtles are bigger, and turtles also have 5 toes, the turtles we have here. Whereas this is, you can see this fits right in. I can see the curve on it, the curve. So, what's curious to me is that this critter, the crocodiles and the turtles, all survived the catastrophe, but the dinosaurs did not. So,
Could you leave that for a moment, please?
we're going to head up.
Could you leave that for a moment? We were in the back and couldn't really see.
Just a minute, let me get that.
Okay, thanks.
Put out.
Get in there.
We're going to see another Dinosaur track.
So this is a reptile or mammal?
This is a reptile. No mammals here.
It's a type of crocodile, right?
That's the track?
Yeah.
She said crocodile.
It's a type of crocodile, correct, Beth? Beth?
Well,
Don't know.
there, I want to do that way. That looks better.
Okay.
It's not in the crocodile family, I
Okay,
don't think.
so it's just a reptile.
It's a reptile with a long snout,
Okay.
similar to a gavial that we have today. And that's the one good thing about this site, that most of the tracks we have, other than the dinosaurs, we have similar animals today. And so we can pretty well match the tracks to the animal, or the animal to the tracks, which is what I've been doing all winter.
And in Montana, there's a publication from 2008. Tony Fiorillo. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Fiorello. Anyway, he published a paper on a track site there, and his looked just like this. And he went to the zoo, and he got a Galapagos tortoise to run across sediment of different consistencies, and he used that as his basis for calling these kinds of holes or depressions tortoise. And there is a Cretaceous tortoise called Basilemes from this age. And you can see that all the tracks are in ripples.
But now Martin has been out here, right?
Yeah, Martin doesn't want to
He
call these
doesn't
turtles.
believe it.
No, but he's the one, we got him out here to look at the turtles. He walked past the turtle track and went up the hill and found dinosaurs. Actually, he went up to get service on his phone. And
Let's be honest.
That's great.
We're going up the hill. Okay, let's go.
Oh, okay.
Where is it?
Here's track.
We're looking at a toe
wow.
and a toe.
Okay.
That's why I want it right in here, the picture or the sign. It's
Right here.
there, that's good. There's another one over here. There's one right
And
behind.
this is part of
That's part of that. See it right here?
Yeah, sure.
This is the one that Martin finally got ecstatic
Oh.
about.
You got this.
Yep, there's another one.
There are some more.
We were down at Site 3, and he comes out to the crest of the hill, and raises his hands up, and hurrah, hurrah! And because this is one of the rarest sites, the rarest tracks, there's only 6 known occurrences in North America.
If you go over and look at the
Now,
side,
where's the track?
Right here, this track,
yeah, just go
here.
down.
3-toed, one over here, one over here, and you'll see it. And the big one there that puts his hands on. But I put the sign down so everybody knows
But I
how to
think
spell
better
it.
on that.
But there's one down where Sue is too. Yeah, Children was
So
something
was he
that
sort of balancing on his toes, kind of? Or is that the whole foot?
we think that's the whole foot. And it looks like maybe there's webbing here and here. You see what I mean? But I don't know, as Martin has described this having webbing.
And that was what kind of a dinosaur? Was that a...
That's just, all we know is we have the tracks. We do
Okay,
not know
got
what
it.
kind of dinosaur it was. It was an ornithopod of some sort, probably. Maybe about 10 feet tall. Maybe that big.
That's 1, 2,
Yeah.
3.
And what's the age of this?
This is 67 million. This is Laramie. But I brought that so you know how to spell it.
Oh, Sarcophilopus.
Sarcophilopus. Took me a week to learn how to spell it. So, from here we're going to go over to the turtles.
With a hadrosaur.
Huh? 3, 4, 5. And I don't have my picture of the Atticus foot, which fits right into it. Atticus was the turtle that lived at, one of the turtles that lived at the time, a soft shell turtle, and his foot fits right in there, like just like a glove. But I don't have that picture with me. I sent this picture out to turtle experts, fossil turtle experts, all over. Well, Martin was in England, that'll teach him. And they all said turtle. But he said, no, Martin is a turtle.
And where's Martin from?
He's in England
Oh, wow.
right now. Yeah, he would join us, but he's in England. Well, you know, buddy, you don't get your work done if you run away. You know?
Yeah.
But this is
Just
probably
saying.
the finest fossil turtle track in the world. For picture taking, maybe I should put the roller down.
And so we're seeing claws of this one, big claws.
You're seeing a back impression here. It's an overstep with the front and the back here. And when I blow it up on the internet on your picture, you blow it up, you can actually see scale impressions.
Wow.
So
And then, what do you mean overprint?
means that he stepped in his own step. Back foot stepped in the hole of the front step.
And are you looking at a top surface?
Yes.
Or bottom surface? Top surface.
Top surface. You'll notice there's a bunch of these ironized things here.
Oh yeah, like there's like
Yeah,
lichen
there's
going
a
on.
lot of ironized. The Sarcophilopus would not have been preserved if it hadn't been for the iron.
Pete?
Okay, and right up the way here's another crocodile trap.
Thanks.
4 stages. All of these tracks range from about 9 centimeters to 15 centimeters in diameter. And this one just up above here.
All I know is that
So did Martin turn it over to hide it?
Martin was walking that way, and I said, Martin, what's that? And there was a huge hadrosaur track there. And then he went down and he turned that over.
And what happened to the other one?
It went to CU Museum Collections.
So they do have some screws.
Well, I tried to get some of the CU
Is it this?
faculty and students. I think so. And this is one of the big channels. And if you notice, it very quickly thins, just as you saw
So
down
this
below.
would be at the edge and that's the center.
That's the thicker part of the channel. And all of this black is where the coal was burning.
Maybe it's all kind of like lagoon peak boggy, close to the coast.
Not too far, but
Yeah.
I think these are regular river channels.
Oh, okay.
Going through swampy deposits or after swampy
Well,
deposits?
the coal is like 40, 50 feet below.
Oh, it's that far. Okay.
Oh.
So it's long after the swampy stuff's done.
Yeah, it's a lot of meandering rivers with what they call crevasse splays, where the river overflows and a new channel is formed.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that these are some of the big channels.
And there's a lot of this cave in because of the coal minings and fires or whatever.
Removing coal.
Well, the
and
fires were later, but
Okay.
yeah, all this black stuff and the red is due to the coal fires.
Yeah, I get
Is
down
this
that way
Laramie?
sometimes.
Everything on this hill is Laramie.
Okay, yeah, and I think, as I remember, Laramie, you have coal beds interspersed between sandstone.
Yeah.
Not, well,
Here you go,
you know,
Mark.
stratigraphically, I think everything's.
Oh, this gets
See here, this is one of them. I've taken a picture.
Oh.
It's out of place.
What is it?
These are scratch marks, and this is a claw mark.
That really looks like it, yeah.
But this is not the one I'm thinking it is. Because I think it was right there, and it's gone. So right there. Got it, Beth?
Yeah, I've got pictures of it.
I know it was under a branch.
Yeah.
Well, you can just really feel the movement of that mud. I mean, it's just really. I'm kind of confused.
Yeah, and the whole... the way
So
it
they're
grows
piling
is
up
different.
the sediment behind the end of the claws. Okay. Got it. Step.
So now, if you're calling this river channel, I'm seeing symmetric ripples as opposed to asymmetric.
It's a problem.
Well, it could be a lake.
You're right.
It could be a lake.
It
Well-
could be a little lake or whatever.
Channel off of the lake.
You know, I've been working on this, but everywhere they're
There's
a lot of
it's
symmetrical.
symmetrical, right?
You're right.
Which is tidal, right?
No, not necessarily.
it
A
just
lake,
means-
lakeshore.
Nice. It just means that it's waves as opposed to current.
Oh, yeah.
But it could even be like an oxbow lake.
It could be.
A big line.
And it was probably swimming. Do you want to come up?
See, here's. Did you get this
Oh,
one?
yeah. Oh,
Here's another one.
oh yes, indeed.
But that's been moved.
Because they came across on their own.
They did. Yeah. It's
And
just
just
a little
about-
harder going down than it is going